Hello everyone, it's me, Juan here, and I'm back again with another video. Yay! And I would recommend, before you watch this video, if you haven't watched, my surviving the Titanic video, I would recommend you go watch that, um, first, but it's your choice. So, today we will be talking about the Titanic and all that stuff, and we will be looking at some theories from the Titanic and reviewing them. All right? Well, um as you all may know, the Titanic was a ship that sunk in the North Atlantic on April the 15th. Um so the Titanic was sailing through the cold North Atlantic waters when when a ship sent out warnings about an iceberg's field nearby. Titanic didn't take those warnings seriously, and at near 11:40, um the person in the crow's nest called the phone and spoke his infamous words, "Iceberg right ahead." So the reason he found the iceberg was because he knew there were stars all scattered throughout the sky except for this black spot in the middle. Then when he looked closer, he noticed it was an iceberg, and then he picked up the phone and called iceberg right ahead. Um They didn't have binoculars because there was a crew member that had the binoculars keys, but they threw him off the Titanic right before it was about to leave. And he forgot to give the keys, so they couldn't have binoculars. And as soon as they reported the iceberg right ahead, they ordered full astern, which means back. They were trying to reverse it, but Titanic wasn't able to like stop because because of um because Titanic didn't take the warning seriously and was going at full speed in an iceberg field. So it didn't have time to stop, and they ordered to turn hard starboard, which means to the right, but the person there turned to the left for some reason, which caused at 11:40 exactly um to uh to make the iceberg hit the Titanic on its starboard side, which means the right side. And I will show you some blueprints here. All right. And Titanic all right, let's use this as a Titanic blueprint. All right? Oh no. Okay. So no, that blueprint doesn't work. Okay, here. I need to find something good here. This one's good. Okay. All right, so as you can see here, this is the Titanic's blueprint. And well, Titanic could only withstand four watertight compartments flooded. But the gash on it came from this peak right here all the way down to like about past the first funnel. So that made six compartments flood. Well, around six. It was five, but it was around six flood. and it flooded right about where the boiler room started. So the people in the boiler room saw how bad the damage was firsthand. And well, mathematically, you would know that Titanic would sink. And in 2 hours and 40 minutes, Titanic sank beneath the waves. As Titanic was sinking, the bow started turning. It came from 0 degrees, that means flat, on the surface to 23 degrees. And 2 minutes before it sank, um, it went at 45 degrees, which was when Titanic broke in half. Titanic was at a little below 45 degrees when it broke in half, right past the third funnel. So the bow started sinking first, so that means the back of the ship or the stern started lifting up, and right past around here, Titanic boom broke in half. And well, while it while it broke in half, Titanic had a double hole at the bottom, so the bow was still attached to the back of the ship. And well, then then when it broke in half, it went to 0 degrees to 90 degrees and down. The Titanic stern started bobbing in the water because then the bow detached, fell down, and well, the reason why the bow of the Titanic on the wreck still represents the Titanic's bow, it is because the Titanic's bow had time to flood. Instead, the stern, if you look up pictures of the stern here, all right, and if you look up pictures of the Titanic's stern, in the water, um, I had to search this up. As you can see, it barely even here represents the stern of the Titanic. You can clearly see that is the stern, but it's because since it was bobbing and it went to 90 degrees vertical then down, the stern didn't didn't quite get to flood. So there were air pockets still in the thing, and while it went down, the immense pressure of the ocean made the stern implode, which means it exploded but inwards. It basically crushed the stern and made debris fall everywhere. And I will later show you a CGI about the sinking of the Titanic, where you will clearly be able to see what I mean. So as you can see, this one is imploded compared to the bow of the Titanic, which did have time to flood. So it's basically still pretty much intact. But as you all may know, Titanic is being eaten away by bacteria. So so scientists believe that in less than 30 years, Titanic um will be fully consumed by bacteria, and that is why I have been obsessed with Titanic since I was 6, and I have never been able to get a piece of Titanic, but I am right now in a bid um for a piece of coal from Titanic. Well, I'm actually in two bids, so I might win a piece or maybe two of Titanic. I'm asking God to please help me, if it's His will, to help me win at least one of the pieces. But if He can help me to win two, that would be that would be really good if He could help me win the two. And well, this is trying to search up a picture of the stern so you can see it's still intact, because the stern had time to flood, so it just sank to the bottom. But instead, see, it still represents the stern. It's just a bit crushed because when it fell, boom, it hit the stern right here. So as you can see, it's got some fractures, but it still represents the stern of the bow of Titanic. Sorry, still represents the bow instead of the stern, which is completely imploded. And as you all may know, the Titanic submarine imploded. The Titan submersible, which was trying to get to the wreck of the Titanic, um, ignored some of the safety precautions of building the submarine. Instead of going full metal, they went carbon fiber, which was not as great of idea, but the structure was meant for the depths of the Titanic, but part of the thing wasn't meant for the things of Titanic, and this is making me mad here. So you see this picture, how Titanic has red funnels? This is wrong. Since when is Titanic a Cunard ship? Oh my god, the Titanic had yellow funnels, not red. And if you're wondering what difference is it? It's because if a ship has red funnels, it means it's a Cunard ship. Cunard, a Cunard ship. Titanic was not. As you can see here, Titanic had yellow funnels, which indicates it wasn't a Cunard ship. And an example of a Cunard ship was the Lusitania or the Mauretania, I think. But I will show you the CGI on the sinking of the Titanic. CGI on sinking of Titanic. And so I would like for y'all to give me the best luck so I can hopefully win the artifacts from Titanic, and I will gladly show you all when I do it. Alright, and this is the CGI. I'm gonna mute it so it doesn't disturb the thing. It's mute. And well, if y'all didn't know, around 1,500 people or more lost their lives. Only 752 people were saved from Titanic. And well, here you'll be able to see the new CGI on the sinking of Titanic, right? So this is when Titanic hit the iceberg right here on the starboard side, as you can see. Tried to turn, but this is obviously sped up because if it was in real time, it would have taken 2 hours and 40 minutes for it to sink, which was the actual time it took to sink. As you can see, it hit on the starboard side of the ship. Sorry, y'all, my internet is pretty bad because there have been some storms here in Houston, and well, um, they have damaged the internet. So it hit the ship in the starboard side. Ship ship curves around the iceberg. And if y'all didn't know, icebergs are 90%. 90% of an iceberg is below water. So that means even though if Titanic could have turned, it it had a very very slight possibility of not hitting the iceberg. And as you can see here, we got the diagram of how the compartments flooded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you can see, it's a little bit more than 5 compartments. And well, it didn't implode. The stern of the Titanic didn't implode because the pressure, since it flooded, the pressure inside of Titanic was the same on the outside of Titanic, right? So there you can see all the lifeboats going down, lowered away. Titanic's stern, it actually tilted to the side just a little, but not as much, like the Britannic and the Lusitania. Tilted to the side just a little bit, but but it was mostly going upward. And if y'all want to show some appreciation, you could like and subscribe. And if y'all get me to 40 subscribers, I will do a surprise video for a celebration. Yes, sir. And well, sorry for my internet, guys. It's taking a little bit too much time to load. So as you can see, Titanic's stern starts flooding. That means the pressure outside and on the inside is the exact same. And this is a clear example of James Cameron, which was the one doing the CGI, and the people doing the CGI didn't do their research. Because in the movie, Titanic let smoke out of the four funnels. In real life, Titanic's fourth funnel, which is this one at the back of the ship, is what we like to call a dummy stack, which means it was a fake. It was made out of real material, but it didn't shoot out any smoke. It was fake. So this is clear. I'm not researching because if you see a video of Titanic where the four funnels are shooting out smoke, they didn't do their research. You know they didn't do their research. So anything that comes to Titanic that is wrong gets me irritated. And as you can see here, the first funnel collapses. And as you can see here, most of Titanic um flooded, and so the pressure inside was the same as the outside, and around right here, which was the third funnel, is when Titanic broke in half. So the lights turn out, boom, breaks in half. And as you can see through the double hole at the bottom, Titanic is the bow is still connected to the stern. But then it disconnects, and then see, as you can see, it is getting destroyed just a little bit, but since the pressure inside of the bow was the exact same as the outside, it didn't implode when it hit and it fell down intact. As you can see here, it's falling down intact, and when it reaches the bottom of the ocean, um, then the stern just slightly starts bobbing, but then since it didn't have enough time to fill, as you can see here, there you can see the implosion, so which means all the air pockets boom burst, as you can see, boom, and just implodes. Pieces of Titanic start flying out everywhere. The pieces of the stern start flying out everywhere. So the stern felt pretty much destroyed to the bottom due to the immense pressure at those depths. Right, as you can see, and it starts spinning in a circular motion. So that means it's getting even more destroyed. And then, as you can see, the stern just slightly falls. Boom. And it fractures just a little bit. Fractures just a little bit compared to the stern, which falls and boom, just like lands, boom, like totally flat on the ground. And there's an immense debris field. And actually, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Titanic's bow is around 1,600 meters from Titanic's stern. And well, that's the CGI of Titanic sinking. And well, I will leave you here with some Titanic music for a little while. We will do that at the end before the video ends. And well, I'm tired, I'm telling you, because yesterday here in Texas it was 4th of July, so so I went to a pool party and it was uh tiring. I am still really tired from here. And if you all didn't know, the three twin ships, which were Britannic, Titanic, and Olympic, were the same size in longitude, which is 852 feet long. Titanic was longer than the three ships by inches, because if you search up on Google, what was the longest ship ever built? Titanic. Yes, it was by inches. I'm still irritated by the fact that they show Titanic with red funnels. And well, I'm going to leave you with some Titanic leaving port music, epic, and then I will end the video. So in your mind, imagine you're there on the port boarding Titanic and you're on the deck saying goodbye. I would have wished to be there on Titanic while it was leaving port, but not while it sank though. So I'm going to mute my microphone and you all will enjoy the music. Bye everyone. I hope you have a Alright, bye everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day.